What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is down 2.25%, $4.33 a low, $4.50 the high. Kind of low volume, but then again, that's normal for a Friday. But 24.8 million shares being traded, 39.4 is the average. No data essentially coming out from China. We did have PCE in the States. But I think one thing that's really driving NIO higher today is this right here. So NIO completes buyback of the convertible notes due 2027, and so that equates to roughly around $378.3 million worth. And that is and would be potentially extremely damaging on the share price. And the fact that investors actually did that kind of does signal that they feel NIO is or very close to the bottom, because typically you only do that is if you feel the stock price is going to continue to go down. This is why a lot of entities always call this toxic debt, because it kind of escalates the downtrend. So the fact that investors are doing this, it does, like I said, indirectly signals that NIO is at the bottom. So that's what really pushed it higher today. Regrettably, what just happened kind of threw a wrench in absolutely everything today, and that was this. So Trump will implement a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. I think that was already kind of known. Mexico and Canada has already retaliated and whatever else. It was supposed to start tomorrow, so February the 1st, but they did push that one, so Mexico and Canada, to, I believe it is March the 1st, but China, that one was out of left field. And that's, I think, what's really scaring in the broader market, is because prior to this, Trump said, hey, we're good. I actually did a video saying that they are stating that they're good. They're kind of communicating, good rapport, and then this just comes out of left field. So yeah, definitely, I think there's going to be a lot of retaliation from China. They're not going to let this go, and nor is Mexico and Canada. So I think that's just going to cause a lot of volatility in the broader market. But nonetheless, the market clearly doesn't like that and was thrown off. So this is why you're seeing NIO get killed based on the momentum. This is absolutely insane. So like I've stated in the past, I know some of you might have not been investing when Trump was president last time, but you get a lot of this type of crap a lot. And so yeah, it's just anticipate a lot of volatility. And I think that's just generally speaking. With NIO being a Chinese stock, I feel like you just have to magnify the volatility. So just be prepared for that. But aside from that, though, I really do like this news nonetheless. So this is actually very, very bullish. And I can actually underline that the most. And I'm actually not here to get you guys to buy or sell. All I'm doing is interpreting the data. But whenever I see a company buying back any type of convertible note, whether it be preferred shares or notes, I see that as very good. Shows that they care about the long term and care about the shareholders. But as of right now, shorts are returning 1.59 million shares. 11.7% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 156.31 million shares. So even shorts see that as relatively optimistic and good data. So yeah, it's just Trump threw a wrench in everything. But 2.96 million in calls, 1.1 in puts. 46% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature and kind of in line with the overall dollar value. So right now we have about 2 hours left in the trading day. 4 million is what we're sitting at. 5.4 yesterday, 2.6. So I think it's okay, a little bit more of an increase on average over the last week. So something to take note of. As of right now, the call options, there's a consensus for it to be above $5. It's hard to tell whether that was purchased post-Trump or during kind of essentially when it was starting to rally, but nonetheless, you are seeing a consensus for it to be roughly around $5. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub $4, and with today being Friday, just take note of some of these. So you have 15,000 at that $4 strike price, 52,000 at that $4.50, and then 23,000 at that $5. So NIO did have a very good chance of having a gamma squeeze, because if it was to close above $4.50, then you would have all of this, so the 52 and then the 15,000 in the money. But regrettably, given the circumstances, yeah, it was kind of short-lived. You did have one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000, so 130,000. So generally good stuff. At least one buy out there. Right now with that $4.35, still trading within this range. So the pivot in this S1, so 425 is going to be that strong support. Hasn't been tested so far today. Flip side, 467 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance for NIO for it to get above. But as of right now though, on the actual chart itself, so it is right now bouncing off of that 50-day moving average. So that is currently at $4.47. As I've signaled in the past, if NIO was to get above that point, then yeah, you could see a very nice reversal. But this is now the third time or fourth time over the last 2 months that it's bounced off of that. So most likely what's going to be coming next is a little bit of a consolidation, and then hopefully another retest of that 50-day moving average. So that's currently at 447. 429 is that ALMA. So it's kind of just wedge bound between the two. Because of the recent momentum, it did cause the stochastic RSI to get rather overbought. So the first sign of weakness, whether it be from Trump or specific to NIO, this is why you'd see some extra volatility. But no new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. A couple articles coming out, but nothing really of substance to really bring up. So last one came out 10 days ago, and this is analyst ratings. 350 sell, that was done by Goldman Sachs. Tina, 49% success rating. So let me know your viewpoint on NIO. Are you buying? Are you selling? Like, what is your general thoughts? And do you see this, like them buying back the notes, as bullish as I do? Or is this just no big deal to you? What's your kind of thoughts? And again, the hot topic, I know well before, even when like nobody knew who was going to win, I think Trump was still just we're a couple of months away, but I did state that if Trump was going to come in as president, he was going to really disrupt the EV sector, and even more so Chinese stocks. So yeah, I think this is more of a humbling to those individuals that were in the comments saying Trump won't affect EVs and he's actually good for EVs and good for China. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall pretty simple. I think that's a downfall or just a lot of negativity associated to anyone. Like, you can't say anything bad about NIO without getting absolutely slammed. And I think that's a very bad sign of an investor. Like, you have to be aware of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I own NIO, and I am doing these videos bringing up the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything. You have to acknowledge them all and think bigger picture. But again, to neglect any negatives, like Trump is very bad for essentially China. Very bad for Chinese stocks, very bad for EVs. So for those of you saying that it's going to go to like $20 this year, like things have to go very, very right for that to occur. So nonetheless, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, I did launch a Discord completely free. A lot of good people out there, so definitely pop over there and take a look. A link in the description below and also the comments. You can go talk shop and do what you need to do. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.